Welcome to the long-awaited NFL playoff bracket picks. Second year with the 7-team per conference format should bring us a lot of fun in the coming weeks. A lot of really intriguing matchups, a lot of possible intriguing matchups we could get further down the line. Big thank you to Blackhawks Vision, BHV, for providing the graphics for this video. He made his own playoff picks. I will link that in the description. Make sure you go watch his playoff picks. But I asked him, I said, can you send me those graphics? He said, sure thing. So thank you to him for that. Make sure you go watch his playoff predictions with the link in the description. But I will be making my own with his template. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the first round. We have Kansas City and Pittsburgh, in which some people are calling the most lopsided wild card matchup in the history of the NFL. Well, there have only been two matchups of 2 versus 7. The Bears and the Saints. And what was the AFC one? Who was the 2 seed in the... was it the Colts and the Bills? I think it was. And the Colts actually played pretty well in that game. I think Kansas City is going to win this game. And I don't even think it'll be close. I'm picking a dominant win from Kansas City. Did Ben Roethlisberger say that the Steelers don't even deserve to be in the playoffs? I don't understand why he would say such a thing like that, but he did. And to be honest, the Steelers really, the Chargers would have made a better matchup in this game, but Vegas had to win the game and not let them tie, but also, I feel like part of the reason Vegas won the game is so they get to play the Bengals instead of the Chiefs. But the Bengals did beat the Chiefs, and the Bengals are a very good team. But, Pittsburgh, they just don't have what it takes. I think Big Ben's career is going to go out, not with a bang, but with a whimper. I'm predicting a blowout in this game. Kansas City, big. Next, we have New England and Buffalo. Now, these teams went 1-1 against each other in the regular season. New England won 14-10 in Buffalo when they were in a hurricane-like winds, and they didn't even throw the ball. Buffalo, in a more even, sort of better weather matchup on the road, beat New England pretty handily. I think this is going to be an interesting matchup. Now, here's what's interesting. So Bill Belichick has more experience in the playoffs, but this specific Bills team made the playoffs last year. Most of the players on New England haven't really made the playoffs, except for the ones that were still there when they were winning all those Super Bowls. But, Mac Jones has never made the playoffs. I think it's going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be hard to win with a rookie quarterback in the playoffs against a team as good as the Bills. I'm predicting a close defensive-style matchup, but I am going to take Buffalo in this game. That would put them in a rematch with Kansas City. So, I'm going to take the Bills. Sorry, these graphics are they're cool, but they're a little tricky to kind of maneuver. But anyway, I'm trying to get it even. Damn it. Okay. Anyway, as I try to get this even, let's talk about Vegas and Cincinnati. Now, I think this is going to be a very good game. Vegas ended up getting the Vegas ended up getting the 5 seed due to their win. They passed They passed They passed the Patriots for the higher seed. So they get to play Cincinnati. Cincinnati, like the Patriots, will also be in the playoffs for the first time in what seems like a while. Guys like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon and all those players, they've never played the playoffs before, but neither have the Raiders. 2 playoff newcomers that are looking to make a statement. Okay, so Cincinnati has better talent. Cincinnati has better talent. They have a better defense, better this, better that. They're clearly the more talented team, and they're at home. With all that being said, I'm taking Vegas. I'm telling you right now, they are a team of destiny. They're a team of destiny. I'm fully convinced of that. I'm fully convinced that they are a team of destiny. I mean, they can't lose right now. They literally can't. They're surviving by the skin of their teeth every single game. I'm predicting an ugly defensive style game in this one, in which the Raiders squeak away late. I think this is going to be just a weird sort of game, and I have a hunch feeling about the Raiders, and I'm going to ride it out. Give me Vegas. All right, now let's go to Philly and Tampa Bay. Now, I'm not going to waste too much time with this one. You guys know that I became an Eagles fan after the Bears got eliminated. I know you guys are aware of that, but I'm still going to take Tampa Bay. I obviously want the Eagles to win. I made a video about why I'm an Eagles fan for the rest of the year. Watch that if you want. But I think Tampa Bay, I mean, yeah, they've got this and that going on and blah, 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 the drama with Antonio Brown. I don't really think it's going to end up being that big of a deal. I still think Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay should still be able to take this one. I wouldn't worry about it if I'm a Tampa Bay fan. The Eagles could be competitive in this one. I think the spread's 12.5. I'm going to take Tampa Bay to cover that. I'll take Tampa Bay 28-14 is my pick. We'll see how Philly can do. Maybe Philly can pull an upset. I don't see it happening. Give me Tampa Bay. All right, now let's go to San Francisco and Dallas. And what I think is easily the best matchup of the first round. San Francisco, now here's why San Francisco is unique from every other team in the playoffs, is they run the ball down your throat. They run a very unique offense. They use Deebo Samuel in all different kinds of ways. They're very versatile in how they can beat you, and they support a very good defense, too. Now, Dallas is a great team. They have Zeke, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and a great defense with guys like Micah Parsons and Trevon Diggs, who people say is overrated. He kind of is, but he's still he's I feel like, here's the thing, though. I feel like Deebo Samuel's going to cook Trevon Diggs. I feel like this is going to be a back-and-forth matchup, one for the ages. I like San Francisco. I'm going to take San Francisco to win this one on a last-second field goal. The thing about San Francisco is it's hard to prepare for them. And the teams that have the advantage against San Francisco generally have played them like twice or whatever. I think it's going to be hard. And plus, think about this for the Cowboys, right? They are, I think, 3-4 against current playoff teams. They're 3-4. Of those 3 wins, 2 are against the Eagles. So they've had a rough time when it comes. There's, what are they, 6-0 in their division and like 5-5 in every other game. I think they're gonna have a rough time. I think San Francisco wins this one. And lastly, we have the Rams and the Cardinals. Now, these teams went 1-1 against each other in the playoffs. Both lost on the last week of the season. This is honestly a coin flip for me. Both these teams are very familiar with each other, obviously having played each other twice. I really don't know who to go with. This is a weird kind of Monday night game. I'm going to ride with the home team, though. I'm going to take the Rams. I do think they're the better of the two teams. I think they have the better defense. I know the Cardinals have a very good defense, but I think the Rams is just better. They have a lot of playmakers on offense. I think Cooper Kupp's going to eat this game. I do think it'll be a very good game, though. I think it'll come down to the wire. I will take the Rams 31-28. All right, that's the first round. Now let's get into the second round. Vegas and Tennessee. Does the Cinderella story continue? They've won their last 4 games, I think, by like less than 10 points combined, the Raiders. Tennessee is getting Derrick Henry back, and with a week for him to rest up and get back into full-fledged form, I think this is going to be kind of a rough game for Vegas. Tennessee's a new beast when Derrick Henry plays. They've been doing pretty fine without him. When he comes back, I fully expect them to have a very good day. I'm going to say Tennessee wins this one, and I'm going to say they win pretty big, too. I'm going to take the Titans. Yeah. All right, so I'll take Tennessee. I just think the Raiders, Cinderella, all good things must come to an end. I think the Raiders are going to be a little bit outclassed in that one. Kansas City and Buffalo. Now, Buffalo went to Arrowhead and smacked the Chiefs around for a little bit. They kind of gave them a good old fashioned. They opened the can of whoop ass on them. Buffalo, they beat them pretty badly. Kansas City's going to be not happy about that, and they've been rallying since. I'm not really sure to go with here. Both these teams are really good. Obviously, Buffalo beat them. Buffalo, see, in the regular season, that was Buffalo's revenge game from the AFC Championship game last year. So these teams are now 1-1 against each other. And I think we'll see these teams meet for years to come with Josh Allen and Mahomes being two of the premier younger quarterbacks in the league. My mind is telling me Buffalo. I like their defense a little bit better. I like their defense a little bit better than Kansas City's, and I think they're going to make enough plays to win late. They beat him this year. I don't see why they can't do it again. Give me the Bills. I like them in this matchup. I think they should get a win. It'll be fun though. This will be a fun game. All right, now we have San Francisco taking on Green Bay. Now, I can't remember if these teams played each other in the regular season. And I don't think they did. I'm going to check, though. I don't think they played each other in the regular season. Give me a second to look. They did, and Green Bay beat them by 2 on the road. So clearly, San Francisco, I know, beat them around pretty badly in that one game. Listen, the Packers are a good team, but part of the reason their record is so good is because they play in a bad division. I mean, I don't mean to say that like cynically, but like, okay, they don't play in a good division. Like, there are no other playoff teams besides them. So obviously they went undefeated. No, they didn't go undefeated. They lost to the Vikings one time. But like, I mean, I don't know. They're really good at home, but I'm going to tell you why I'm taking San Francisco. And it's not because I'm a Bears fan. I know you type. He's picking your Packer. He hates Green Bay. He just hates Green Bay. That's why he's picking against them. San Francisco is a hard team to prep for just because of how unique they play. I think Green Bay's going to have a rough time. I really do. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I really think Green Bay is going to have a rough time in this game. I think they're going to get kind of caught off guard by a hungry and good San Francisco team that plays good defense, runs the ball, and they're going to be coming hot off momentum off a win over Dallas. Listen, I like the Niners. Think about it. I think if the Niners were in the NFC North, they'd have the same record as the Packers. I think they would. I know that Green Bay beat them by 2 earlier in the year. Honestly, San Francisco could have won that game. That was a great back and forth game. I think this one's going to be like that too. I'm telling you, revenge game, San Francisco. I think they'll win. And lastly, we have the Rams and the Bucks. Now, the Bucks have been dealing with some injuries. I mean, they've been banged up all year, and I'd imagine they're going to get just banged up more in the playoffs. Same thing with the playoffs are hard to get through with like no injuries. I think everyone's thinking Tampa Bay is going to get back there. These teams played in the regular season, and I think the Rams put a pretty good beating on them, or maybe not a pretty good beat, but I think they won. Hold on, I know these teams played. I know for a fact these teams played. Yeah, they did, and the Rams won by 10. This game's going to be in Tampa Bay, however. I don't know how great Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa, they were losing to the Jets for a while. Antonio Brown pulled his fiasco. I mean, Tom Brady always has the ability to pull a rabbit out of his hat, but I picked the Rams to win the NFC in the preseason. And I'm going to stick with that. I like the Rams. I think they're kind of flying under the radar here. They're kind of counting out the Rams. I think the Rams are going to come out. I think they're going to win this game. Let's say by a score of 23-21. It'll be a very good game, but I'm going to take the Rams. All right, now who's going to make it to the Super Bowl? Tennessee and Buffalo. Now, both these teams played on Monday night. It was a thriller. It was amazing, and Tennessee won off kind of a bad play call by the Bills. I think Tennessee's a dangerous animal with Derrick Henry coming back because he's going to be fully recovered from that injury and well rested and ready to go. And it's defense and running the ball that will win you play. Defense wins championships. Tennessee, they have a good one. It's not like the top in the league, but they have a very good defense. Yeah, they're coming off giving up only 3 points to the Dolphins, 17 to the Titans, 19 to the Steelers. They shut out the Jaguars. They didn't have a great game against the Texans, but that's just because the Texans were playing their heart out last game of the year. With Derrick Henry coming back, I think Tennessee is a new animal, and I think they make the Super Bowl. Give me the Titans by, I think, a pretty decent margin. I like Tennessee in the playoffs. I'm going to take them big. I'm taking Tennessee. I think they're really a team to watch out for. I like Mike Vrabel as a playoff coach. I think he's going to do great. All right, as San Francisco and the Rams in the NFC Championship. Now, these teams played twice, and San Francisco beat them both times. Now, unlike Green Bay and Dallas, the Rams are very familiar with San Francisco, and I think are going to eventually figure out how to beat them. I think familiarity favors the team that lost the first time around. Like, think about it. Georgia lost to Alabama in the SEC Championship, but they knew what they needed to improve on, and they took them down. That's part of why I'm taking San Francisco over Green Bay, because they lost to them the first time. They're going to know what they need to do, turn it around. That's exactly why I'm taking the Rams to win this game. They lost to the Niners twice. They're going to get this game at home. I think they're going to make the necessary improvements from the 2 times they lost to them. And I think they're going to make the Super Bowl. And would you look at that? We have a rematch of 2001 when, what's his name? When what's his name? Mike Jones made that tackle on like the 1 yard line when Vince Young was trying to lead that heroic comeback for the Titans, the Rams. Greatest show on turf. They won. Greatest show on turf. We're dominating the whole game, but the Titans clawed their way back, and were 1 yard away from winning it, but couldn't end up getting it done. I picked the Rams to make the Super Bowl in the preseason, and I had them losing to the Browns. Well, the Browns are nowhere to be found here. They will not be playing in the postseason. Sorry, Cleveland fans. I don't know, man. I think... This is going to be a great game. Great game. I don't know who to pick, though. I really don't know who to pick. This is a coin flip for me. I love both these teams. I think they're both really good, competitive teams. Oh, man. I don't know. I think the Rams are just filled with too much star power. I just think they're filled with too much. I like the Rams to win it. I mean, I've liked them pretty much since the season started. I've been a big Rams supporter, and not the supporter, but I've been I think the Rams have been one of the best teams. They're flying under the radar, man. I haven't seen a single person pick the Rams. In fact, I've seen a bunch of people pick Arizona to win. I really like what the Rams. Oh, I never put a score for this game. Let's say 26-17. I think the Rams are going to win. I think it's going to be a defensive showdown. I think Tennessee, they have a great secondary, so they could lock up Cooper Kupp. I'm going to say really low. I'm going to say a low-scoring game. I'm going to go with 17-7. I think it's going to be a low-scoring defensive affair. I think the Rams, their front seven's great. Aaron Donald and company can help bottle up Derrick Henry. I'm going to say low-scoring defensive battle. Rams win it. That is the bracket. I've seen a bunch of different brackets. I haven't seen any people pick the Rams. And I have seen some people take San Francisco to the NFC Championship. So I know I'm not insane with that. That's kind of like my big little Cinderella story, but I think people are really underrating the Rams because they're the 4 seed. Oh, there are so many teams better than them. I don't really think that the Rams. I really think the Rams are going to win the NFC. I mean, here's the thing. What always happens with me, I always am right in the preseason. And then when the playoffs come, I switch something up and I'm wrong. I picked the Dodgers to win the World Series the preseason 2020. I said Dodgers, Rays, Dodgers win it. In the playoffs, I picked the Rays. This year, I said Georgia's winning the national championship at the start of the year. And then in the playoffs, I picked Michigan. I'm not gonna do that again. I think the Rams are gonna win it. I think they're filled with enough star power. I think the great coaching with McVay. I think they're gonna come out angry since San Francisco just beat them. I think LA is gonna win it. LA is my pick. Who's yours? Who's your pick? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know who you guys are picking. But go Birds! Go Birds! Hoping the Eagles can win. They're not going to, but I hope they do. It'd be great. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.